How expensive can a racing simulator be? In Italy, they released a limited edition of 10 hand-assembled driving simulators. They were priced at $157,500, and other options available in stores are sometimes unaffordable for ordinary gamers, so they have to think out of the box and build their own versions at home. The essence of this project is to take entry-level components, a steering wheel, seat, pedals, etc., and then turn them into an unsurpassed driving simulator. There are even potential buyers for these models, and some connoisseurs suggested upgrading it to a buggy, just in case you get tired of using it as a cyber racing equipment. Maybe you've seen a flamethrower for sale online, but didn't want to spend well over $1,000 for one. I'll teach you how to make yours for a fraction of that price, writes the creator of these models on his website, and offers an ebook and a video tutorial. If all goes according to plan, you'll get a flamethrower that shoots fire at a distance of almost 45 feet. You can buy all the parts online and assemble a weapon in your garage. You'll also need a mix of gasoline and kerosene, 75 to 25%, as well as CO2. The budget is about $450, and the book and video cost $97. The author promises to donate a portion of each sale to support various programs to prevent and treat cancer. The efforts of this craftsman would surely be appreciated by Hawkeye, Robin Hood, and other archery pros. After all, you're seeing a full-size compound bow. This video has over 2 million views, so if even 1 out of every 100,000 viewers decided to replicate it at home, you could assemble a small archery squad. Every archer who uses a compound bow should go through this process to better understand the bow and what it takes to build it, believes a YouTube user. Your own radio-controlled airplane in 2 days? Easy. That's how long it took the creator of this device to build it. The key feature is that a chainsaw engine was used for the project. The overall design is really simple, making it easy to change components and experiment with them. A more or less flat stretch of road will do as a runway, and the plane flies pretty well. The only problem is the landing. Perhaps the creator lacked a little bit of experience in this area. How to make a simple homemade hoverboard is the original title of this video, and it has 3.7 million views. The reason is that this device can be made by anyone at home, at least according to the author, and it is cheap. For example, a single motor reducer will cost you $2.6 tops. The project will require 12 motors, with the wheels included, plywood, epoxy, a battery, and other simple details. The resulting hoverboard can be used not only for riding, but also to help you in your daily chores. It could be useful for carrying heavy grocery bags. One of the safest hoverboards I've ever seen, comments a YouTube user. People build all kinds of things out of Lego, from a life-size Ferrari F40 to a working, continuously variable transmission. And today's selection includes an equally amazing project, a CNC milling machine made from Lego Mindstorms. It's worth noting that the Mindstorms line is a robotics constructor, which made life a little easier for the creator of this machine. In particular, he used the EV3 module, which is essentially a microcomputer that can be programmed for a variety of tasks, and is part of many Mindstorms kits. In the end, there are only 2 non-Lego parts in the machine, a drill and this custom element. And for the tests, he used a Necuron 160, a material for modeling ideal for various milling systems. Here's a fun activity for fans of Airsoft. If you can't play with your friends because of bad weather or other problems, you can build this rifle and surprise everyone. This is a fully automatic version, shooting 0.2-inch pellets. It's based on an Arduino single-board computer. The firing rate is 2 pellets per second, and the magazine holds about 70 of them. The sight is also handmade from parts of binoculars, and the author got an empty cylinder of spray foam and a truck horn electromagnetic valve to use with compressed air. Detailed assembly instructions with plenty of photos are on Instructables.com. Plus, the author promised to make an even more interesting version in the future. Next, a more complicated task. A four-legged robotic pet. Straight away, the author clarifies that the work is not only quite time-consuming, but also expensive. You'll have to spend about $1,000 on the components, but the list of parts, 3D printing files, and the necessary code have already been made available, and the operating system ROS is in the public domain. In the video, the author reveals some ins and outs of the process. For example, for four-legged models, it's better to make the body symmetrical. Commenters are delighted. Some even asked the inventor to sell them. Would you buy one? Did you know that Frisbee was originally just a trademark of one of the divisions of the American toy giant Mattel, and then it became the name of all flying discs, including ones from other companies. The classic version of the Frisbee is a plastic disc with a diameter of 8 to 10 inches, but if you get bored throwing it yourself, you can build this launcher. A master from France used affordable materials and managed to bring the throwing speeds to almost 62 miles per hour, so he reminds people to try this at their own risk. I built a Nerf Gun Revolver from a $2 confetti party popper, the author of the video says in the description. But he's not being completely honest, as not everyone has scraps of wood and paint etc. at hand. Besides, it's not cheap to shoot this gun. You'll have to pay $3 for a set of 4 original rounds. Nevertheless, this homemade version perfectly copes with its work and allows hitting a target from a distance of 30 feet without any problems. Stun guns are very popular, and a US company has even announced a special drone with a built-in stun gun. DIY enthusiasts also enjoy making stun guns. This is a model that you can easily make with your own hands. The final version looks like a mass product, as the craftsman took the matter seriously and decided to work thoroughly on all the details. He also made all the necessary files available to the public. The charger is connected parallel to the battery, then 2 switches are added to the high voltage generator as a series circuit. Here they used a 400 kVA generator, but to some people that's not enough. In the comments they write that it's possible to improve some of the specs. What do you think? Here's another LEGO project, this time for fans of the game Team Fortress 2. This is a weapon called the Scottish Resistance. It's an unlockable secondary weapon for the demo man. In real life, a LEGO variant is available, though it requires more than 1,100 details. The self-made model not only looks great, but also shoots, although not very far. However, people in the comments shared the weapons they would like to see made by this inventor in the future. On the screen is a homemade X-ray machine. The creator warns that it is quite dangerous and therefore activated remotely. On top of that, the room is properly protected and there's a Geiger counter at hand. In addition, this is a university final degree project, and it took the author several years just to improve his skills and study the principles of such equipment. The idea of the project is to answer the question, is it possible to build a decent X-ray machine in your garage? Fusion 360 software came in handy for the design, and a 3D printer was used for making some details. This machine is very dangerous. I wouldn't recommend building it unless you know what you're doing, warns the author once again. Well, we congratulate him on his successful project. Hey, stop being lazy, it's time to use that brain of yours.